We talked about that kickoff of Nantes, trying to put pressure on PSG, dealt well with that first and second ball, were able to build through Neymar, get the ball in, and then the second phase attack kept alive by Ganagay, Herrera, and Mbappe scoring again.
And it's like Formula One here at the Parc des Princes, but he pops it into neutral and lets PSG catch up. That goal, his 8th of the season, ending a little bit of a drought for the Phenom, and almost an NHL-style goal, a hockey goal, where you stick the guy in the crease just to get the deflection.
Yeah, that's one of the reasons, or why Mbappe's been so good. He's been really in tune mentally in terms of his discipline and concentration, Phil. Stays with the play, thinks certain things might happen, and then the reflex touch ends up in the back of the net.
Towards the top of the box, Mbappe again challenging. Well, he's still on the young side of his career. He still wears that number 7. He came up through Monaco as an attacker from the flank. So with the arrival of Lionel Messi and already Neymar in tow, that's not a luxury anymore. He's got to learn how to play that center channel, and he's starting to get a grasp. Poked away from Neymar. Nantes can barely get a sniff of the ball at this point, as PSG playing with its tail feathers up.
Yeah, for Nantes, the most important thing, Phil, is after we regain possession in that defensive middle third, can they play that first ball through that first line of 3 or 4 and then go at PSG on the counter? PSG so far done a great job in the front 3 in midfield.
Here they come again. Neymar flicks, Messi dishes, wide for Bernat, who's back healthy, serves a decent ball, but catches the trailing leg of Castelletto, and the whistle comes up.
Yeah, I thought, Phil, that we're this far into the season. No Marquinhos, no Kimpembe, no Ramos, no Kurzawa, so Diallo and Kerr centrally in the back. Hakimi will give you that incredible surge going forward in a very workmanlike, but also a very tactically astute midfield.
Nantes making the 200-mile trek from near the Atlantic coast in towards the capital city. And again, a little fog in the air, a little fog in their head. Not the way that Antoine Couboiret wanted to start out. And through no fault of his own, you could say a little luck. You could also say a heck of a lot of skill to turn a shot that was going wide into an opening tally. So how does Nantes respond?
And not only how does Nantes respond, which is the most important part, how does PSG maintain their level of dominance, Phil? We know in prior games, especially at home, they go up 1 or 2, but concede as well. Can they keep that 0 before this important match against Manchester City? Can they be consistent through 90 minutes in the 4 pillars of soccer? Technically sound, good ball circulation, as you can see here right now. Tactically, is the balance perfectly and physically maintain the stature?
Here comes Neymar, pops for Mbappe, spots the run of Hakimi, and just to show he's human, sends it over. Again, keep an eye on the trail defender, and there at the moment of the pass, a good call. Messi in an offside position, but Mbappe in line.
Yeah, absolutely great view for us. Well done, production crew, to show our people that Neymar starts that with a good ball in. Gay finds Herrera. What a good strike that is, by the way. Should have been easy for Lafont, but the redirect by Mbappe gets him to 7 goals on the year and 6 assists.
Hakimi. We've talked a little bit about the depth that PSG has acquired this offseason. As you pointed out, we're still awaiting the debut of Sergio Ramos, who had a bit of a setback, but getting closer. You have variety. The likes of a Dagba or a Kerr out wide, and then you can throw a Hakimi out there. You have, in this case, Bernat, but then you also have the newcomer Nuno Mendes. They're almost a lineup for every circumstance for Pochettino.
Yes, Pochettino is going back to what I think might be his best formation, Phil, with Verratti as the number 10. Two hard-working guys. With Verratti, three very hard-working guys in midfield. That back four will change against City, I would think. But that front three right now have been stellar so far.
Ball touched wide. Verratti motors. A little flick by Mbappe, carries for Messi. Messi stutters, looking to strike. Flips it over. Neymar catches up. Bernat keeps it alive. A little showboating from the Brazilian, and PSG will rotate it around.
The ability for Hakimi to go forward, very much in a Barcelona vein, Phil, allows Messi to play very centrally, close to Mbappe.
Again, going wide. Mbappe has a drop, deflected by Bernat, who probably wasn't the intended target. Neymar giving him a little evil eye. Mbappe directing traffic smartly, saying, no, I'm offside, you take it, Messi. Well, talked about all of the versatility, and there are players who can fill the position as it's cleared away. No foul, says the referee, and an off-the-noggin goal kick as Mbappe tries to put the pieces of the puzzle back together.
Yeah, and it's still downfield. That left side or that right side defensively for Nantes, all sorts of problems in terms of their shape. Garcia not really connected with Coco in front of him. Castelletto not coming over real quick, and that's where there's a push by Coco there that forces the ball to get away from him. That could have been a foul, Phil.
Not necessarily on Corcia, who tried to sweep it into the stands, instead catching the head of Mbappe. And that's going to sting. Seems to be okay. To finish the thought, though, you mentioned Marco Verratti. There are a lot of players who can play that position, but very few on the planet who can play that role.
Absolutely right, Phil. It's usually defending, demanding role in that 10 position for anybody. But if you look at his skill set, Phil, technically sound, great passer, decent dribbler, or even more than a decent dribbler of the ball, and then he gives you something that most other number 10s don't give you on the defensive side. So you can now win balls back earlier and be comfortable with the Verratti, knowing you can find that front three because he's so sound technically.
Rivella over to the far side, pushed forward Castelletto.
And going back to that, working in small spaces, vision and creativity.
Nice little touch to the inside, and Fabio a little over-eager. Cleared as far as Messi. The whistle blows, and it'll be a free kick for PSG. Again, 45 degrees. Might be a little chilly bundling up in the stands, but a wonderful day to play. And PSG feeling it today.
Yeah, talk about feeling it. You would like to get blasts on the ball if you're Nantes, obviously. Great in creating, a guy who scored goals obviously for his team. We've not mentioned his name. Give credit to Paredes and Gana Gay, understanding if they keep Blas at bay, it will be very tough for Nantes to create.
He has touched the ball 5 times to this point, but they've all pretty much been get it and pass it back. There's absolutely no offense from Nantes at the moment. Just trying to keep PSG at bay. Here comes Bernat again. Hits the accelerator. Seems to have lost half a step, but then again, just coming back from an ACL, still trying to find his game shape.
I'm just going to correct myself, Phil. I'm so eager because that's such a great. Obviously, Paredes with the shot and Mbappe with the assist. So the combination of Paredes and Gana Gay so important to keep Blas at bay.
Not for Neymar.
talk about two holding midfielders, Phil. In my opinion, those are the best in the PSG squad.
Herrera just a toe away from Neymar. One back by Verratti. There's a little of that bulldog intensity. Pushed out wide and a chance for Kolomuani in a foot race. He gets around into the 18. Kolomuani cleared away Hakimi. He turned the corner on Kerr, but Hakimi slams the door shut.
That great recovery by Hakimi. Brilliant muscle of Kerr, the German international. Hakimi not allowing the ball to come across while PSG is scrambling.
Well, of note, normally when Hakimi pushes forward, it has been Herrera who slots into cover, but Herrera not out there today. So Kerr forced in and almost paid the price. An in-swinger on Navas. Steps to the near post, cleared away. You talked earlier about this being the best formation, or most reliable formation for PSG. Why is that?
Because it's better balanced, Phil. Yeah, we talked about that foursome, which includes the Di Maria, who, by the way, for both Argentina and PSG has been very good this year. But I think that Pochettino understands, while he's building still this team, that he can't ill afford to play four together.
Ball flicked on. They call him the Fantastic Four. Maybe Phantasmic Four, because it tends to be rather ghostly. You can even throw Ikuti in there, and you know what? There's even more. But you have to play defense too.
Yeah, and it's a trickle-down effect, Phil, because you have to take somebody out of midfield. Look at this midfield right now. You remove one of those three, and all of a sudden you're not as dogmatic defensively anymore and vulnerable.
Stepping in Ganagay, who's shown some offense this year. A little touch to the middle, Olé, as the red cape flashes. Neymar left in the wake. A little switch, Blas, and his first errant pass of the day.
Yeah, that's still areas where Nantes and other teams, Phil, not just here, but also at home, have exposed PSG. 1-2 touches vertically and then switching the point of attack and find isolations out wide. With service in the box.
Early on, a lot that was Presnel Kimpembe, but even he's been tightening the screws a bit. Unavailable today. Ball touched in for Blas, keeps it moving. Trying to step in, but Coco taking a little off of it and off target.
Much better though, Phil. 1-2 touch football, moving it side to side and getting either Coco or Muani involved out wide with, obviously, overlapping and supporting players. That 4-2-3-1 that Nantes plays so well this year. 18 goals, 16 against. Pretty solid mid-table.
Well, this is a team that early on was down in that relegation zone. Neymar down again. Take another look, and here you can see the heel of the defender. And for Lafont, that has to be one of the most hopeless feelings you can have.
Great technique by Paredes. Upper body over the ball, side falling shoelaces, a lot of power. Would have dealt with easily by Lafont, but Mbappe just, what a great reaction.
Swept into the middle, Kerr a touch, and his second gets it to Verratti. Nantes started with a draw on the road against Monaco and then beat Metz in its second. Then went on a bit of a slide. Neymar into the middle, it's Messi, will this be it? His right foot denied on a stellar stop by Alban Lafont, who refused to go down and stood the big man up.
Brilliant interchange, starting with Mbappe, Messi, Neymar. A poor first touch by Messi that bubbles a little bit, falls for his right foot. And what a good save by Lafont that is, Phil. But anything on the ground, wide, would it be in? But a bobbling ball at right foot for Messi after that poor first touch. Mbappe still down, who was instrumental, Phil, by starting the attack, by finding Messi on the, there he is, boom.
Girotto coming in and catching his toes.
Up back and through, basically. That's the up, that's the back to Messi, that's the through to Neymar. And then bridging 30 or 40 yards as Messi did to get in a position where you have an opportunity to score. Again, Messi's first touch unfortunately lets him down, but what a good 18 minutes of that front three so far.
It looks like that little stomp by Giroud ripped the cleat of Mbappe. Well, let's get back. Not that you're going back to the days of nailing your boots together yourself, Thomas, but back when you were playing, they were made of leather. You had some padding in there, a little support. Now they're pretty much gloves on grass.
You're absolutely right. And as you can see with Mbappe, a lot of times the players cut their socks, Phil, to get a still minuscule kind of, you're right, glove-like feeling, so they have more feel for the ball, more feel for the grass as well. The thinner, the better.
19th now into the 20th minute. PSG playing a man down while, and he points this out to the kit man. He needs a new pair of boots. Lafont glad that he's not out there. Let's see what Nantes can do.
My boots have a hard nose for the steel nose when they first started playing.
We won't mention the aluminum studs.
There you go.
Touched away, did it cross? Another corner for Neymar.
Yeah, now you look at different targets, obviously, with no Marquinhos, with no Kimpembe, with no Icardi. What are your targets right now? It's Kerr, it's Diallo.
Ball whipped in for the near post run of Thilo Kerr, but defended well.
Yeah, Giroud does well by staying very aggressive arc run by Kerr, getting across 2 or 3 people. I think that Giroud just gets a piece of that thing.
Again into the middle, Lafont. A little bump on the way down.
You can hardly say that if you're looking at Mendy and some other more experienced goalkeepers. The French are producing some very good young goalkeepers. He's a great example, as you noted early on, Phil, that will go places.
Well, he went to a certain place in Fiorentina, but it didn't really work out. That might have more to say about the Viola than it does about Lafont, but would not be surprised if he's not France's #1 within a few. Will have turned out wide. Coco. All the way back to Mukusami. Chirivella, and they'll sweep it around. Still just 3 shots for PSG, but 2 of them on target and 1 went in. Thanks to Kylian Mbappe's creativeness. I think for Kumbuare, considering the way Nantes was playing early on this campaign, a sign of their growth that they were able to stem the tide a bit. Neymar wants it back. Again, it would have been offside, so Neymar lets it run to Bernat. A little miscommunication and not able to clear. Talked about not starting the season poorly. Messi. Mbappe and Lafont with a kick save. Followed the run, followed the shot. Maybe a little wasteful from Mbappe.
And how hard are they to defend, Phil, right now? Messi on that left side. Mbappe on the right, as you can see right now. Neymar centrally, and the ability for them to roam, and the ability for them to be on the same pace right now is making it tough for Nantes. Again, what a good start of the front three.
Gay wants it. Messi attracting his usual entourage. Neymar pays the price, but gets it back to the Magic Man. Just a little too far for the rabbit in Bernat's hat.
You got to think that the referee right now has got to be, that's a great ball. Messi turning, and Mbappe finding some space. You can say either a poor finish or a good save by Lafont. What a good opportunity. What great interplay again by three geniuses up front right now that are so comfortable with the ball, but still are able to play 1- and 2-touch football, Phil, which makes it almost impossible to defend. Now the shape is more restored with Mbappe centrally, Neymar on the left, and Messi on the right.
Bernat rolls it back. Well, so often we talk about, in certain situations, playing with 3 or even 4 center backs out there. PSG today almost playing with 4 fullbacks, as Kerr and Diallo have both deputized on the flanks. And you kind of think that could open the door for Nantes if they can get the ball in the air, but first they need to get the ball.
That's a great point, Phil, because we've seen where PSG is vulnerable, out wide in transition.
Mbappe with an extra gear, drives to the 6. Lafont came out, cut the angle, and the pass back to Messi, poked away.
Yeah, good defending there, Phil. I mean, we could talk all about that front 3, but also very good in trailing Messi right there. Again, the brilliance, the speed, the technical ability. The head is up. He finds Messi. It's almost like Alba to Messi. But again, good, desperate, late defending. That is great defending, Phil, by the way. Looking over your shoulder, knowing where Messi is, but also still seeing the ball. So body, positioning, brilliant defensively. You start ball watching there, Phil, and you're dead.
One of the things he did on that curling defensive run was keep Messi in his eyesight. Although backing up against Messi can be a little scary also. Neymar and Mbappe can't quite connect. Trying to put on a show, but they're still putting up the big top.
Not the first time, Phil, but really the first time consistently this front 3 have been absolutely brilliant in all phases of the game. Messi dropping right now. And there's some joy, by the way, and some great connection, which you haven't seen very often consistently with that front 3. So what a good start for PSG. You like to think you want to go to 2 or 3 before the half. And there is again the 3 guys, or the 7 guys, allowing that front 3 to excel right now, Phil. Very dogmatic block of 7 for PSG. One of the reasons why Nantes is struggling with an additional 8 in midfield in Verratti, that obviously has become a 10, but as you can see right now, play makes from deep. That midfield triangle's balance has been so good on both sides of the ball.
Play that Pirlo-like role, and also even a little Gattuso in there, as his Italian heritage might reflect. Focus on not just a little bit. Mentioned they had lost a stretch of 4 of 6 as Gay offside, but now they've only lost 1 of their last 5. What's been the turnaround?
What's been the turnaround for
Nantes?
Nantes? I think if you look at Nantes, 4 wins from the last 8, doesn't compare with PSG, but after disastrous campaign last time out, which they almost dropped the league, the Canaries have been really good.
Picked off in the midfield. Messi holds on, just through the legs of Neymar, inches away.
And they found, going back to Nantes, their goal-scoring touch, Phil, which is very important. You talked about Lafont, we talked about Blas, we talked about Moses Simon not playing today. Coco, Girotto, Wani have been very good for Nantes this year.
Got to hold on to the ball, though, giving it up too easily. Messi this time for Mbappe, touching it back, but Messi had put the brakes on, allowing Chirivella to step in. Neymar, Verratti, Bernat, Neymar, wide for Messi, delivers for Mbappe, nods to the top of the box, but no one in.
Just a tough ball, Phil. That comes in to nodded back with some power. He's trying to find a trailer, Mbappe. And some players down. A lot of contact in this game. There's Hakimi.
This is one of the situations we wondered about. Well, first of all, when you have the likes of Neymar and Mbappe, then you throw Messi into the mix. Is there almost a little too much deference from all of these superstars, not wanting to be selfish and then trying to share the ball too much, if that's possible? Someone's just got to shoot eventually, no?
Well, they've tried, obviously. Good saves by Lafond of Mbappe and Messi. If they will get some more opportunities like this, Phil, in the next 15, you like to think they could go to 2 or 3 before the half.
At the moment, it's still 1. Mbappe trying to rewrite it. Neymar denied by Lafont, who pops back up. Neymar still down. Shot from Mbappe blocked. And Nantes living on the edge.
They have, but you look at all 3 saves by Lafont, starting obviously with Messi, Mbappe and Neymar. They've played balls under duress, Phil. So again, you've got to give the back four a lot of credit. They're bending, but there's always pressure, there's always contact, there's always a slide tackle, which makes it hard for an attacker to be real comfortable in their ability to strike balls at goal, because you have to execute very quickly, as you can see with Neymar, because he knows the slide tackle is coming. Also interesting note, you looked at Messi going on international duty, injured and looking sharp right now. Neymar supposedly came back with a slight injury, looking sharp, and Mbappe has been brilliant throughout.
Say normally it's the other way around. You go healthy, come back hurt. Messi reversed that, helping Argentina back to the World Cup finals. That's also a point coming out of an international break where PSG has been vulnerable, but not today. Ball out wide for Colomboani. Can't get through Hakimi. A second chance, won back by Fabio. Loose in the middle, and it's Verratti to snuff it out. Speaking of World Cup, Italy might miss out on their second straight.
Amazing, absolutely amazing. Holland in finally again, Phil.
Congratulations.
Holland not with Norway, it's a shame.
A little touch back by Mbappe. Stepping in, Mukusami.
And Portugal doing it the hard way again. Also in the playoffs.
Again, a different look to the playoffs with a group stage now, as they have added a little value to the Nations League, allowing the 2 best teams for there to slide in and keep their dreams alive. Here, of course, in the CONCACAF region. What a turnaround that's been. Jonathan David and company leading Canada to the top of CONCACAF as 2021 comes to a close. Timothy Weah, another Liga star in the making, from Lille in the U.S. right behind.
Yeah, huge 3 games, by the way. Yes, that assist with Pulisic. He scores the goal against Costa Rica. That becomes an own goal, and then again, huge goal against Jamaica. Most informed player right now, without the likes of Gio Reyna still, and Pulisic only coming on in that second half of both games. But Canada, the big surprise package.
Be interesting to find out if that performance away from home for the national team will end up lifting Weah to a bit more playing time with Lille.
Yeah, it's absolutely brilliant, Phil, that we have players in the leagues that we represent in France, but also with Atiba Hutchinson and Kyle Larin scoring a goal for Mexico in the Turkish league, obviously for Besiktas.
By the way, David and Weah both playing yesterday on light rest, as Another struggling performance by Lille. 2 goals in the opening 10 minutes from David against a 10-man Monaco, and then surrendering 2 goals to have to settle for a draw. So Monaco refuses to go quietly, and Lille still unable to shout. Touched in from Messi. Drags through the back line, but can't get it past Girotto. Ikuti leading a break. Here comes Coco out wide. 4v3 if they play it right. Into the middle, a back heel through and touched wide. Now a corner kick here. Looked like Koulibaly might have been offside, but he didn't make a move, and Nantes will get a gift.
They do get a gift, Phil, but what great recovery by that back four. In particular, Kerr being able to get there. There's Messi losing possession, and that's the time when PSG's vulnerable, and when Nantes went. Where Kerr and Diallo so far have been stellar.
10 minutes and change left to go in this opening half. Ball swung in, looking for Koulibaly. He throws the shoulder in, cleared off a PSG defender, and out for the throw.
Everything is done with a level of aggression that I haven't seen of PSG. Yes, we've seen that in spurts, but you get a very workmanlike midfield, but also a very workmanlike back four, Phil. Different than a Kimpembe, different than a Marquinhos, but not necessarily defensively worse than those two.
Having a say.
Oh yeah, flare, sir.
Yeah, that's not fog.
It certainly is not.
Do our best. Near side Messi. Fabio steps forward. Little bark at Hakimi from Messi.
Yeah. There's two things there, Phil. Either you got to go earlier. If you come late, you bring in somebody in Messi's space already who's pretty much in the 1v1 where he comfortably could do things.
Mbappe back for Messi, who had been tripped behind the play. Foul against Kolomuani and a free kick for PSG.
The speed of play, Phil, in a middle and attacking third has been absolutely stunning by PSG. Very proactive, playing with their heads up. You see Neymar right there, so comfortable in the ball.
Credit to Nantes. Sticking on the heels of the PSG attackers. Just can't catch up to the ball. Kerr.
Yeah, credit Lafont with 3 big saves. To keep this only at 1-0 at the 36th minute.
Chance out wide. Mbappe drives it in, deflected off of Corchia, the former Sevilla defender. Ball back for Paredes. Much talk of the struggles PSG had defensively before Marquinhos returned. Paredes also on the sidelines for the first 4 or 5 games. And each one of those little pieces of the puzzle adds another look to this PSG attack. 6 shots to 1, but 1-0 where it counts. Messi shows, delivers, Verratti back, Messi drags, shoots, Lafont reaches out with that big left mid and denies the Argentine again.
brilliant reaction save by the young Lafont.
Nice from Mbappe, in for Neymar, and Mutusami was that shoulder to shoulder as Neymar tastes the Parc des Princes dirt.
It's more than shoulder to shoulder, Phil, but not enough, in my opinion, to call a penalty. But again, Mbappe, brilliant, keeping it alive, allowing Neymar to sneak in there. And as you said, Mutusami does well by putting his body on the number 10. There's that little flick. And that's absolutely nothing. Great positioning. Better, actually, positioning. Goal side on Neymar. Very well defending by the holding midfielder.
Well, we are seeing some of what made Alban Lafont an amazing player. Came up the same time as PSG's backup keeper. Still sounds strange. Gigi Donnarumma. Well, but while Donnarumma was being handed the keys to the Milan castle, Lafont has had to bide his time. Donnarumma handed the gloves as well for the Azzurri. A foul as Ganagay brought down. And Chirella launches in and comes away with a card, our first of the match. Again, Thomas, you look and we talked about Hugo Lloris, who many had said was over the hill, but shows there's still a little climbing to go. You have Alphonse Areola, the former PSG keeper, who's now sparkling in West Ham. Mike Maignan, who was Lille's star, and now trying to do the same at Milan. So a lot of people for Lafont to overcome, but you can see the talent is there.
Without a doubt. And you know, Donnarumma, I think, is a great example that the old adage of a goalkeeper has to be a little bit older, more experience. The position is harder to read. There's the foul again from behind on Messi. Both Messi, Mbappe, and Neymar fouled consistently. But younger goalkeepers now have proven that, again, as we always say with field players, age doesn't matter. And that's what Lafont is doing right now.
Well, it could easily be 4 or 5-0, but he's keeping it close. Here comes Messi again. Bernat adjusts back for Messi, but picked off by Castelletto.
Good Charles reading passing lanes, Phil. One of the responsibilities as center back when balls are out wide, you got to mark. You also got to make sure that you spot passing lanes and understand that you can intercept balls that way as well. Good vision and understanding of your defensive principles as a center back.
Coutinho and Hakimi maybe reinforcing what Messi's suggestion was. Went the other way, did Verratti, and it almost worked.
Two things there, Phil. On all 4 saves of Lafont, the finishing could have been better, quite frankly. But the finishing has always been under some duress, which then favors the goalkeeper. And I think this one might be the best of the lot, quite frankly. 2 other ones were straight at him. Another one up high, the one from Messi, the bouncing ball with his right foot. So not clinical finishing and great goalkeeping. Lafont keeps his game at 1-0.
Looks like that injury is not going to recover in time, so there will be a change. Dennis Appiah checking in. And Borgia out, so a change at the back. Appiah, born in Toulouse, Ghanaian heritage, and a France youth international in his youth. Came up through Monaco and now in his 3rd season with Nantes. All the way back. Token pressure by Koulibaly. Muani cashing in a few chips on that challenge. Little air seems to have come out of the
To be expected, Phil. I think Nantes really early on said we don't want to concede many, and have worked their way in. Poor finishing by PSG, quite frankly. Great goalkeeping, and the ability to stop that powerful front three has been so important.
They're not back. Neymar through. Messi dragging it forward in a flood of players to the right. Donaghy trying to get there, but the flag would have brought it back anyway. The flag might have been Mbappe, but even that.
Well, both are on sides, Phil. If he takes a little pace of this one, I'm not sure if Messi's trying to find Hakimi, because it's pretty, it's a pretty hard ball he plays in as well, but Mbappe's on sides, takes some of it. Mbappe's in 1v1. A little bit of a squandered opportunity there for PSG.
And again, from a refereeing perspective, nice bit of work by Hakimi on that back line with Diallo. And again, they continue. Maybe a few training sessions looking at this videotape. But again, the officials being told, let the play out. And then we can worry about it with VAR. That time around, when the flag came up and the whistle blew, we'll never know what would have happened. 45th minute reached, and I guess this would be Ligue 1 survivor and not voted off the island yet, thanks to Alban Lafont.
One of the best performances you and I have called of PSG. Phil on both sides of the ball. No opportunities for Nantes in this half. Whereas in the past, Phil, that was a little bit different.
Nice ball through for Mbappe, spots the trailing run, times it for Hakimi, but denied by Castelletto. Strong challenge by the Cameroonian.
Yeah, both Castelletto and Girotto essentially have been pretty darn good.
Great story, Girotto, we can get to in the second half. Messi trying to dribble through, but poked away. Around Hakimi, now what for Muani? Nice work by the former Madridista.
But even better work by Verratti, helping Hakimi out, Phil, and stopping again any kind of transition. That's what a midfield three gives you. They can double, they work with that back four. And Nantes really surging for any answers going forward. This is the best defensive display I've seen by PSG almost through 45 minutes.
Slips through. Don't forget, beIN Sports also your source of African football. And World Cup qualifiers going on down there as well. 1-0 victory over the Ivory Coast in their last match. AFCON coming up in January. It'll be right here on beIN Sports.
What a tough region. South America, I think CAF is the hardest to get to a World Cup, quite frankly. And by the way, we got a Sudamericana final coming up too, Phil.
That should be fun. 2 minutes added, almost to the close of that. Maybe a chance for an equalizer. Off-balance shot and the easy two-hopper for Navas.
First shot
denied his seventh.
Yeah, maybe first or second shot. First time that Koulibaly is able to get on the player's ball.
That'll do it for the opening half. The goal from Mbappe that almost wasn't. 1-0 PSG at the break.
If Philly Garcia listened to those who rejected him, he never would have made a name for himself. lining up some of the biggest names in pro sports. That's the fighting spirit. That's what makes a lion. Modelo, root for those with a fighting spirit.
I've always been prone to hair thinning.
I was under a lot of stress.
I was getting older.
I started taking Nutrafol.
Nutrafol is the #1 dermatologist recommended hair growth supplement.
I am back to me.
Start your hair growth journey at Nutrafol.com.
Why pay over $100 a month for cable when it's half the cost for Fubo TV? Get all the channels you want with all the entertainment you love for the price that cable can't beat. Try free.
Wear by Erin Andrews, my sportswear collection for all women, is now officially licensed with more leagues. Women can support their teams in fashion-forward apparel everywhere, anywhere. Find it at fanatics.com, officially licensed.
Underdog Fantasy is giving away millions of puzzles. Just draft a team and you're in the game to win big. Go to underdogfantasy.com to get started.
So many people are overweight now and asking themselves, why can't I lose weight? For most, the reason is insulin resistance, and they don't even know they have it. Conventional starvation diets don't address insulin resistance. That's why they don't work. Now there's Release from Golo. It naturally helps reverse insulin resistance, stops sugar cravings, and releases stubborn fat, all while controlling stress and emotional eating. At last, a diet pill that actually works. Go to Golo.com to get yours.
If Damian Lillard let 6 all-star selections go to his head, he never would have had the heart to give back to the streets that shaped him. That's the fighting spirit. That's what makes a lion. Modelo, root for those with a fighting spirit.
A historic end to a long journey. Atlético Paranaense, Red Bull Bragantino, the Copa Sudamericana final. Live and exclusive on beIN Sports.
Think about soccer and volleyball at the beach. Beach sports have a new meaning, and it's called foot volley. And it's all here on beIN Sports Extra. Watch the best athletes in the world collide against each other in a tournament like no other. The Pro Foot Volley Tour. Watch all the matches on beIN Sports Extra.
This is one of the most important matches in football. The planet comes to a stop to witness this exciting rivalry. A derby that takes place in one city, but 2 continents. Fenerbahce, Galatasaray, the greatest clubs in Turkish history. The Intercontinental Derby. Tomorrow on beIN Sports.
Well, they were celebrating before the match even started, and their former boss stepping in to take on the new man in charge. Well, Neymar and Messi looking to show their worth. Phil Shane, Thomas Rongan with you, and PSG getting an early break.
Yeah, an early goal, Phil, deflected by Mbappe after a strike of Paredes in that second phase. Good ball in by Neymar, scrambling defense. Ganagay finds Paredes, and there, onside, Mbappe with the very quick deflection. Lafont, no chance.
Then Neymar hitting the afterburners and finding Messi again. A strange hop. Gets a good shot away, but Lafont up to the challenge.
Yeah, Lafont has been absolutely brilliant, keeping this at 1-0.
Another chance as Messi looking to play provider. And it was Mbappe. Tried to cut it back, but Lafont blocking it with the other end of his body.
The front three, there's an interchanging. Messi now on that left side. Mbappe getting centrally. Lafont again.
Then into the middle for Neymar, and another kick save and a beauty.
Yeah, Alban Lafont, I'm telling you, has kept Nantes in this game. Relentless attack from PSG. Another great save, though, by the young goalkeeper.
Then through the haze of the flares. PSG looking for a second. Messi cutting it fine, and Lafont cutting it finer.
You're absolutely right. But what a good performance by PSG in the first half.
1-0 thanks to that man. A slim lead at the half.
What a wonderful day. All the luck in the world for me. That's the way I do it. Nothing to it. Wonderful day.
All right, here we go. Miller in motion. Wait, is that a baby on the field?
It looks like it, Craig.
And the defensive linemen are playing peekaboo. I've never seen anything like that before.
Harris now appears to be burping the baby.
That's a great moment right there.
Ref going to the rule book here.
Well, wait a minute. Harris is off to the races.
We don't need any more trick plays.
Touchdown!
But we could all use more ways to save.
Are you kidding me?
That's going to be a long bus ride home for the defense.
Switch to Geico for more ways to save.
Did I do that? Every time.
Shh. You think she's still awake?
Don't worry.
Stealth mode?
Yeah.
Shh.
Don't PTA meetings end at 9?
Oh, got lost.
Wait, what'd you guys talk about?
Oh, math.
Libraries. Fine. You can drive to practice this weekend.
That was easy.
What?
I mean, I love you guys.
The Lexus RX, built for modern families.
Don't wait to put an end to junk sleep. Shop Mattress Firm's Black Friday sale and wake up a better you. Save up to $500 when you get a king bed for the price of a queen or a queen for a twin. Plus, get a free adjustable base with qualifying Sealy purchase up to a $499 value. Or shop Tempur-Pedic, the most highly recommended bed in America, and save up to $500 on adjustable mattress sets. Unjunk your sleep, only at Mattress Firm.
What a wonderful day. All the luck in the world for me. That's the way I do it. Nothing to it. Wonderful day.
Palmeiras, Flamengo, the Copa Libertadores final. Live and exclusive on BN Sports. Copa Libertadores is presented by Verizon. 5G from the network more people rely on. On Saturday, November 20th, the world will witness a historic match at the Centenario Stadium in Uruguay. It's the Copa Sudamericana final between Atlético Paranaense and Red Bull Bragantino. Los Rojinegros from Curitiba will try to repeat their 2018 title defeat when they won against Junior from Barranquilla. Against them, a true underdog, an internationally unrecognized squad. The club, founded in 1928 in the city of Bragança Paulista, has captured everyone's attention by reaching this unprecedented final and by having a chance to join the greatest of the continent. Atlético Paranaense, Red Bull Bragantino. The great conquest is within anyone's reach. Live and exclusive on BN Sports.
Well, all it takes is one. PSG has it, not trying to get it. Neymar and company keeping the Canaries at bay. Not the only championship on the line here today. A title on the line as two Brazilian powers go toe-to-toe in the Copa Sudamericana. Atlético Paranaense looking to turn the storm towards Red Bull Bragantino, looking for their first major title. 2:30 p.m. Eastern, our coverage starts. Kickoff at 3 Eastern, noon Pacific. Keep it tuned, should be fun, and more fun coming in the second half.
Warm feet and cold hands. Find the fine life, baby.
Why pay over $100 a month for cable when it's half the cost for Fubo TV? Get the channels you want with the entertainment you love. for the price that cable can't beat. Try free at FuboTV.com.
4Ocean is diving to new depths to clean the ocean. The Osborne Reef Bracelet helps fund this historic cleanup operation to protect the coral reefs. Join the Clean Ocean movement at 4Ocean.com.
Warm feet and cold hands. Find the fine life, baby.
A historic end to a long journey. Atlético Paranaense, Red Bull Bragantino, the Copa Sudamericana final. Live and exclusive on BN Sports. BN Sports brings you one of the most popular sports gambling shows.
Welcome into the show. It is Follow the Money here on VSiN, the Sports Betting Network.
Where the stakes are high and everything is up for grabs.
Isn't this something now, doing this for a couple weeks?
Best Bets. Produced by VSiN with Mitch Moss and Paul Howard. The show that helps you up your game and where winner takes all. Best Bets. Monday through Friday on BN Sports.
A super weekend with the best of our exclusive leagues is here. Tomorrow, starting with Brest versus Lens, followed by Troyes versus Saint-Étienne. Then, the Intercontinental Derby, Galatasaray hosts Fenerbahce. And the last match of an amazing day, Lyon takes on Marseille. Live on BN Sports.
They have yet to Messi reacting well. Lafont showing his reaction not bad either. It could be a cakewalk. Instead, PSG trying to avoid a cake in the face. PSG 1-0. Second half coming up. Mbappe's goal, the difference in this one.
What a wonderful day. All the luck in the world for me. That's the way I do it. Nothing to it. Wonderful day.
Every vacation at a Verbo home needs someone like you, who knows that in the kitchen we become more of a family. That a pink flamingo is where you plan the future. And the barbecue tastes even better with a good story. Your together awaits on the Verbo app.
What should we do?
I'm going to cashnetusa.com. I can apply in minutes, and if approved, we can have the money as soon as the same business day.
Go to cashnetusa.com to apply for the money you need.
How does Amerisave deliver such low mortgage rates time after time?
That's a good question.
Well, to drive costs down, our underwriting system is built on a digital infrastructure powered by a hyper-converged, hybrid enterprise.
It's okay. I don't...
Who cares?
What a wonderful day. All the luck in the world for me. That's the way I do it. Nothing to it. Wonderful day.
Right now, the fans calm as they try and prepare the field for the second half. For Nantes, still a lot of work to do, but in striking distance for PSG. Well, this is a team that has let a few leads slip away, been in danger of embarrassment, only to respond before the final whistle. Phil Shane alongside Thomas Wrong. And the danger in situations like that is sometimes you can't quite reach that switch in time, Thomas.
Yeah, Phil, you're absolutely right. That is tough. You know, relentless attacking from the home side. But Alban Lafont has been absolutely brilliant. I could see Nantes getting a cheap equalizer maybe, Phil, but the way PSG are playing should get him a couple of more goals.
Ludovic Blas, the man wearing the number 10. The situation's a little bit strange. We can see some of that creative ability, but 6 goals, no assists. Normally for a playmaker can be the other way around. They do have 3 goals as well from Kolomouani on the season, but he's been somewhat marginalized. So credit to this rejigged PSG defense for keeping Nantes at bay a little bit. But is there a danger that the PSG offense has been wasteful?
Yeah, I think it's a combination of both. I think Lafont has been brilliant, but some rough play, meaning poor finishing in the end. 2 or 3 really good opportunities that you like to think that Messi and Neymar would put away. And Mbappe's deflection, the only difference right now, but that midfield triangle has been so good against Blas.
Look at that, 72% possession, 8 shots, many of those coming in the last 10 minutes. Nantes did get a couple of their own, but only 1, and that was a weak dribbler from Blas. That was no problem for Navas. Only 1 yellow card. They have been forced to make a switch. Korchia coming out. What does Nantes need to do? Do they need a lightning strike? Is there a weakness that you can see in this PSG defense?
No, I don't, Phil. And I think right now, Blas is a great example. Centrally playing underneath as the 10, underneath Koulibaly. Look at those 3 guys having fun, by the way. And we talked about where's Mbappe going? Based on this performance, based on this feeling right now, you like to think that Mbappe stays. Brilliant. Love it.
Well, Leonardo is the man who has a huge job. Did kind of have that gift of an available Lionel Messi, and PSG took advantage of Neymar and Mbappe in the past. Now they'd like to hold on to Mbappe for good. PSG starting things out. Dressed in blue. Natalie attired defending the goal towards the right. The yellow-clad Canaries of Nantes flying from left to right. Phil Shane alongside Thomas Rongen. Stats heavily in favor of the hosts. The scoreboard delicately so. So we've talked about it often, but PSG seems to be throwing that axiom on its head this season, Thomas. They have walked that tightrope and yet to fall off. Ball inside for Koulibaly. Tries to spin through 3, but dispossessed. Fights to win it back, and the foul will go against PSG.
Yeah, Phil, and you mentioned the Achilles heel for PSG has been the second half. There's the foul. Obviously, a team that comfortably is led in their home games and then gives up 1 or 2 goals to have to fight to win 2-1 or a 3-2 in their last game at home before the break. So it's important again to go to 2, to keep the 0, and they've done a great job, that midfield triangle, of taking the main player of Nantes out of this whole equation, which is obviously Ludovic Blas. Secret to success for Nantes: go out wide, Phil, attack those fullbacks.
Well, billions of dollars in that wall right now. Into the air, just a little high. Girotto trying to track it down. Now on this near flank, Coco keeps it in play. Off Ganagay, doesn't cross. Play on PSG. Neymar. Mbappe with a nice switch, and Messi was open. Has a jet named Hakimi flying down the line. He'll use him, but good coverage. Fabio, if that name sounds familiar, and nice little dribble by the Brazilian, it should. And in fact, if that face looks familiar, it really should, because there's 2 of them. If you remember back a few years, Manchester United plucking away Fabio and Rafael from Fluminense. Yep, that's him. His brother Rafa still at Botafogo, but now at 31 years of age, more the wily veteran than the promising phenom. Vanagay, Mbappe, Paredes, Gay, Bernat, and a strong challenge that goes out off the Spaniard. Good tackle, Dennis Apia.
Yeah, the substitute Apia coming in, and Bernat still trying to get back in that really game shape, Phil, after he's been away for so long. And the last component is explosion, speed. Just can't get away. Apia recovers very well, prevents that cross. And if we're talking about fullbacks that normally for PSG have been so dominant in the games we've called, we haven't called Hakimi's name and Bernat in that final third because that front three have been so good.
Trying to hold on, Ludovic Blas all the way deep in his own end and back to his keeper.
There's a real directness to PSG right now when they win it, Phil. They want to get it to that front three early and often, which means for the deeper fullbacks, it's hard sometimes to get involved, and the chemistry between Messi and Hakimi on that right side hasn't been there yet.
Well, kind of remember Barcelona doing that when they had a pretty good trident, and it showed some promise, but it also led to some weakness, kind of separation between the front line and the rest of the team, but not unable to take advantage here today. Paredes, Verratti, Messi sliding into the center.
Interesting note too.
Flicked on for Neymar.
And Verratti is the captain, Phil, without Marquinhos being there. There's quite a few options from Poch to give it to. Also a bit of a statement, I think.
Gay into the corner, smothered by flares. There is fog in Paris, but this is one.
The fans have been spectacular. What a shame for us that we can't see Neymar, Mbappe, and Messi very often due to these flares, Phil. But they're there.
Mbappe touching it back. Hat-trick, by the way, helping France back to the World Cup final.
He's one of the most informed forwards in the world right now. 7 goals, 6 assists, obviously for PSG, and making a difference for his country.
Beautiful touch by Blas, and he keeps it alive for Coco. Help inside. Blas wants it back, instead sent to Koulibaly, who tried to go back against the grain, but couldn't get anything on it. Good work by the Tico to keep it out.
Yeah, give me more of that, Nantes. Out wide, get some crosses in, and get Koulibaly in the air, where PSG has been vulnerable.
Well, we were talking about that. Nice little chance out wide. Mbappe brings it back, but it gets away from him. Good poke off the defense. Talking about how there should be a height advantage for Nantes. That's the first time now in 50 minutes they've been able to take advantage.
And then give credit again to Hakimi and Bernat in that midfield triangle.
Out wide for Messi. Nice reach in to poke it away by Giroto. Talked about Giroto in a great story, the 29-year-old Brazilian. Came up from Tombense, poked away, but the team he had played for just prior to making the jump to France was Chapecoense, and what a story that was. Young upcoming team on the verge of its first championship. In fact, it was a Sudamericana final when the entire team headed to that final perished in a plane crash. Looking for Hakimi, playing it square, Lafont with a kick, and the second one for Mutasami.
The better option would have been a deeper trailer. Verratti in particular for Hakimi. Lafont reads the passing lane, comes up his line, prevents somebody to tuck that away. There's Hakimi again. Lafont, look at that footwork, Phil. The ability to stay upright, reading things quickly at his young age. That's experience.
6'4", not easy to get down, but
nope.
It's down with the best of them. And again, to finish the thought about Chapecoense, He came in afterwards when they were rebuilding the team and helped them win a state championship in Brazil before moving on. And Girotto and Castelletto have been huge here today. Plucked away by Chirivella. Wide for Colomuani. Former French Olympian to the middle. Drops it back. A little deflection from the Congo midfielder. Blasted across back post. And almost there to poke it home, Koulibaly. Coco knocking on the door. But PSG a bit fortunate, it's still shut.
And that would have been, without a doubt, a goal. Diallo doesn't step with his team. Would not have been offsides, and first time we've seen, and again, look at this posture right now by Nantes, trying to get numbers forward and engage PSG a little bit earlier and force them in some directness and hope to win balls in this part of the field.
Little touch from Verratti, reaching out Diallo. Strong pressure here from Mutusami. Kept alive, trying to tuck it across, and Kerr flying in to deny Colomuani. PSG hanging on by their fingernails, not putting the pressure on.
No. Something that we've seen before, Phil. Not a great start by PSG, and some desperate, good defending, by the way, by Kerr.
No foul, Ganagay coming away with it. Fabio looking at the referee in disgust. It's a burst of speed from Mbappe. Peeling away, looking for help. Neymar takes the defense, so he goes for Messi. A tangle in the midfield, and Coco whistled for the foul.
Yeah, you can see Mbappe just getting away and then having to slow down to find some teammates. Neymar being marked, the only one there, finds the trailer at Messi, the foul to stop the continuation of transition. Again, PSG living dangerously here, Phil. Inability to finish his team off in that first half by 2 or 3. And now finally finding the flanks and then getting centrally to create some opportunities.
Verratti, Neymar, well read by the substitute Apia. Jonathan David leading the Golden Boot race now for Lille. Another 2 goals yesterday in a draw against Monaco.
What an amazing story, Phil, for club and country. Young kids going to Belgium and now putting Ligue 1 on fire.
Born in Brooklyn, but Maple Leaf through and through.
Yep.
Laborde liking life in his new digs, moving from Montpellier to scoring goals for Stade Rennais. He's in second place. Bayo, Ben Yedder, who got off to a slow start. Another from a Montpellier man, Delors. 7 goals for Nice. And then Diallo and Kazri. Messi still looking for his first. And he's not going to get it on that shot.
The ability of Lafont and really that back 4, but also the 2 holding midfielders, very compact, Phil. They beat up some opportunities in the first half, but Nantes made it very hard, particularly in the second half. They made some adjustments. The lines are a little bit tighter for that front 3 to excel, and all of a sudden there's some more loss of possession.
Maybe a chance on the bench, like Icardi or Di Maria. Ball, Neymar, make that Navas in for Ganagay. Here's Verratti, stripped. Neymar back to grab the loose ball. Looks like he might have gotten stepped on in the process. Finds Messi. Verratti pushing to the center channel. Approaching the hour mark. You're not going to get many better opportunities than not just missed out on. Would have taken a little good fortune on that blast to the back post for Koulibaly, but took some fortune for Mbappe, and he converted. That's the difference today. Neymar tripped up. Now, Chirivella has to be careful. He already had a yellow, and you can see PSG barking for a second.
And correctly so. the niggly fouls, Phil, but just enough to disrupt the play of PSG throughout this game.
Koulibaly coming out. And checking in for Nantes, another Ghanaian on loan from Ghent, Ousmane Boukari. And he's not the only one looking for a little magic. Quentin Merlin. Fabio will exit.
Behind him.
19-year-old homegrown defender.
Yes. Player they're really missing, Phil, and who's been a great connector for Blas has been Moses Simon with 6 assists, injured.
Pushed up. Taken back by Ganagay, Verratti. Neymar. Driving on Apia. Verratti almost got it. Chidivella with a poke. Approaching 3 times as many passes, PSG. But only 1 goal separates the two, and if Nantes can escape with a point, that would be a huge confidence builder. But they need to get the ball past Navas first. Here's the newcomer, Boukari. Creates space for Apia. Blocked away Verratti. Outlet for Mbappe. And here he comes. Coasting forward, looking to pop the clutch. Tries to sneak it inside, but it catches the trailing leg of Girotto.
Tries to find Neymar, almost too much of a giver in that particular case, Phil. He's clearly in. He's got options. He can go hard far post, which is a certain goal, but tries to find Neymar with a little flick.
Blas trying to direct traffic. Back to Mutusami, the Congolese mid. Dangerous ball inside, but Blas could not fight through Abdou Diallo. Blasting it to the near post is Boukari, but the angle was off.
Yeah, and then Nantes making a change, Phil, and gambling a little bit, obviously. Taking Fabio out and putting Merlin on that left side. And going with 3 in the back right now, Phil, and pushing players higher up the pitch.
And again, Boukari, more a winger. That's pushing Blas up into that gap left by Koulibaly.
Yeah, 3-5-2 for Nantes right now, Phil.
Looking for Hakimi, and he's got the wheels, but Girotto had the angle. Fun match.
Brilliant.
Anything could happen with this final half hour.
Brilliant so far.
Taken away. Not a lot of help on that front line for Nantes. Wide for Boukari. Dispossessed Bernat. So Boukari returns the favor. Looks like Kolomuani has also slid into the center. Here's Blas. Has Martin wide, but takes the shot himself, and over quickly was Navas.
Yeah, Merlin is pushed up on that left side field. Wani now centrally, as you said. And all of a sudden, PSG now got to make some tactical adjustments based on the formation of Nantes.
Merlin, still part of France's under-20 squad. There is some quality. That's why they do call it the League of Talents. One of the problems in Ligue 1 was keeping that talent in France. And that's something PSG is facing at the moment. It's Mbappe's goal. That's the difference in this one. Can he get a second? He'll get the flag. Well, at the end of the season, they're not going to ask how, just if. And while PSG is a runaway leader, Thomas, in all, say probably over half the game so far, they've had to scratch and claw to get the 3 points. But they've gotten it done. Can they do it again here today?
That's a great question. Nantes looking more spirited and dangerous in the second half, Phil. 2 or 3 half chances, a change in formation. Look at the 2 big bodies up front. You're absolutely right. Blas now higher, almost as a central striker with Moani.
To the middle for Gabe. Messi trying to turn. Merlas trying to stay with him. Blasted away by Chirivella. And that's too far.
Yeah, Coco has moved to the left side, Phil. He can play left or right for that matter. Moani up high. The big question is, can that back 3 play 1v1 in long stretches against Mbappe, Neymar, and Messi?
PSG on the front foot. It's Mbappe. Fakes. Tries to find Messi, a burst of speed. Messi getting it back. Hakimi challenging. And another good defensive touch to knock it off the PSG attack.
Yeah, the ability to put pressure on the ball, the ability to stay with runners, as you can see here again, Phil, has been absolutely brilliant by Nantes.
By the way, something we saw there, Thomas, a burst of speed from Messi. Not that he'd lost half a step, but he's been struggling with that knee.
Yep.
And just prior to the international break, had some treatment done on it. Nice ball forward. Navas comes out. Now, does he touch the man or the ball? He did enough, said the referee, and an ejection to the Costa Rican keeper.
Yeah.
It was a breakaway for Ludovic Blas. And while Navas might have seen the end of this game, he might have just saved a victory.
And we can argue here, Phil, if Navas, which he is clearly the last defender, Phil, without a doubt, makes contact, jumps, makes contact with the chest of Blas with his legs. And that's a easy call for the referee.
And it was intentional by Navas. He knew he was going to get the ball or get the man. You could say it's reckless, but it was pragmatic in a way.
Yeah.
Because if Blas brings that ball down, he's in unmarked on goal.
I'm not so sure, Phil, if he is, yes or no. Kerr is right behind him. And I know Blas has got some juice, but clearly it's the wrong decision by Navas. But when you come, Phil, you have to commit and then read the play and say, you know what? If he's behind me, it's a tap-in an open goal. I have to make contact. If he stays, Phil, it might be a tough angle of a bouncing ball for Blas to score.
Earlier, talked about the two, in my mind, best young goalkeepers on the planet, and now they're going to be going toe-to-toe. We've already seen what Lafont can do. It's been a waiting game. And actually, Donnarumma not there today. They're going again with the Spaniard backup, third string, as Donnarumma still not 100%. So Sergio Rico will have to step into the fray.
Not only that, Phil, now as PSG, you got to make a decision, obviously, if you're Pochettino. Do you stay with 3 up high? He's talking about, you can see the 2 fingers. He wants to go with 2 and have somebody from a threesome drop a little bit deeper into midfield. But he could potentially make a change, and
he will
bring a defensive reinforcement in there. Neymar not happy.
Now, one thing we have seen where in the past it has been Mbappe as, I guess, the younger statesman who has paid the price. This year, Pochettino has rotated when it comes to pulling out his big 3. Kumbuade, though, senses blood in the water. even though that challenge from Navas was outside the box and denied a penalty or a goal-scoring chance, for the remainder of this match, Nantes will have an advantage. What can they do with it?
Yeah, that's the big question, Phil. What can they do with it? A wild challenge by Navas, intended obviously, and a potential turning point in a game that has been very relaxed, with the caveat that PSG missed some great opportunities.
Off the restart, across, diving header attempt, but offside flag would have denied it anyway. Debut for Sergio Rico in Ligue 1 play and in French play so far this season. You got a feel for the man who was the #1 at Sevilla for so many years. But when you're playing with Keylor Navas and Luigi Donnarumma, you're pretty much going to be carrying the ball bag to practice.
Yeah. So you go out of a 4-4-1-1, keep Mbappe high, which is smart, because when you counter, you get great speed. Messi underneath him, you can see right there, still playmaking. That same back four and the midfield triangle has been so good so far.
And one other point is that does eat up a substitution window, a substitution opportunity. Still 2 more for Pochettino, and he's still got 4 wild cards to play with. Do you make that change now?
No, you don't, Phil. I still think this might, as crazy as it sounds, this might favor PSG, quite frankly. More defensive posture, which you have to, and more abilities with space behind the defense to break with the Messis and Mbappes of the world.
You can see Colomouani lurking in the center. Ikuti has moved up there. Blas now sliding into the box. The Canaries showing their claws. 4 in the box. In front. Point blank Rico. Oh my.
Yeah, that comes off Diallo, I think, Phil. Brilliant how Rico's reflexes keeps that one out.
Little heel flick from Ganagay. Starts a break the other way. Nice from Colo, tripped up. Verratti will pay the price.
Yeah, Messi sluggish in the first 20 minutes. Loss of possession here forces Verratti now to have the foul in transition. And PSG scrambling right now. Nantes with good numbers going forward. There's that foul by Verratti. And Rico with a brilliant reflex save to keep it at 1-0.
Koundouaré talked about how he had a little something else to prove here today against his former team. Spent 5 years on the PSG bench. Over a century's worth of games. Touched through for Mutusami, but the run wasn't there.
And although it was a scramble there, Phil, here we can see it again. Yeah, I think that comes off the heel, as you said, Phil, of Diallo. Normally, PSG's vulnerable in transition defense when teams counter on them. Now, when they can defend with numbers, I would like to see if Nantes is good enough to create more opportunities.
Nice for Ikuti, who's added a flare. Inside Mutusami, who's pushing forward more and more. Colo on the overlap. Merlin kept in by Bukati. Nice settle. Drives on Bernat. And the Spaniard puts it out for the corner.
Yeah, good defending by Bernat, leaving his feet in a half slide tackle to make sure the cross doesn't come with good numbers in the box by Nantes. And again, a good opportunity here. There you see Sergio Ramos without height. Kimpembe, the great Marquinhos in the air.
These are the moments also over his career where Ramos would step forward just inside the 6, deflected away. Maybe a little reckless at times, but he is a leader. And this is a PSG squad that's going to need some leadership over these final 20 minutes. Reaching out Paredes inside for Messi. Saw the run of Chidivella to stop the drop pass, but Messi had something else in mind. Looking for Mbappe. Giroto in the way again.
Giroto, brilliant. The way he reads things quickly, starting position, and then when he scrambles a little bit, that great slide tackle. But to keep possession for his team, that's an art, not easy.
Here comes Bukani, the Ghanaian, a little loss of balance, but he turns it into something special. Can't turn the corner. Back to Apia. Ukusami kept alive. PSG now on the break. Without Neymar, Messi, both hands on the wheel. Mbappe with Hakimi. Mbappe surrounded by yellow, tries to drive through, deflected away for the PSG throw.
Yeah, and you'll like that, and Pochettino would like that as well. You know, Messi, keep possession for us, get our lines up, take minutes off the clock. Same with Mbappe and Verratti. How good has he been coming back after a long layoff as well, Phil?
The Poznan. I'm not sure. There might be something fun to watch behind. And it's going to be your compatriot, Gini Wijnaldum, will step in for Verratti. Maybe because he already is carrying a yellow, and we know the proclivity of Verratti to stick his nose where the trouble is.
Yeah.
Can't afford to lose him, so Wijnaldum is going to try and guide this ship to port.
Yeah, it's twofold, Phil. I think the yellow card is more prevalent for Pochettino, but also a guy that comes back from a long layoff. Normally 75 minutes is where you push those guys, so it makes sense from a physical standpoint as well.
Sudamericana final coming up. 2:30 coverage starts. Atletico Paranaense against Red Bull Bragantino.
Yeah, I've got George and Eric Krakauer in studio. You and I at the wheel, Phil. Can't wait. Two emerging powers in Brazil. By the way, going to Montevideo. What a great stadium that is. Centenario.
Built for the World Cup.
Yep.
Speaking of World Cup qualifying, El Profe, a casualty. Talk about that a little later. Nice slide by Apia. Bernat tackles it away. Final quarter hour. PSG has been the best club when it comes to winning points in the final moments. Let's see if Nantes can return the favor. Apia. Utusami. Chidivella. 4 in the box. Denied on the doorstep. Back heel. And Rico can't stop it in time. Rondo Kolo Muani denied. But that was only temporary. And we're tied at 1.
The changes made, Phil, tactically, and I'm putting players in different positions. A bigger body, Muani centrally. What a great leaping ability right there over Diallo. Rico with the initial save, and then the back heel. What a brilliant display of understanding of your surroundings.
Was he off on the first shot, though, Thomas?
We'll get a better look at that, Phil, but again, the vulnerability you and I talked about through this game, not only that's a clear goal with Marquinhos and Kimpembe, but there has been a struggle throughout. Go out wide, get balls in the box, and we have an advantage.
A change as Coco will exit and Goebbels will check in. Willem Goebbels, former Monaco attacker. And this is interesting because normally you would think taking on a runaway leader, you've now gotten a point in your pocket. Don't risk losing it. Antoine Koumboiré is throwing gasoline on the fire. He's putting in an attacker in Goebbels and an attacking mid in Cyprien. We still don't know if that initial shot from Colomboani is a goal, and now the signal confirms it. Take another look, and it does look like Bernat and Diallo might have been in line.
Barely, Phil, but yes, they were. So this goal stands. Woohoo! Incredible.
Well, we've talked about PSG. We were looking at them at maybe being an archetype for the next generation of superstars. If anything, they're the cardiac kids, because they have had to snatch points at the death. And if Nantes thinks they're home at the moment, and even now sniffing for the full 3 points, I can think of 6 or 7 teams that PSG has played earlier this season that might advise them differently.
That's a great point. Nantes came to the capital here looking for a result, Phil. Long gone are the days of French teams laying down for PSG. And we've seen that in recent performances. And you're right, they're going for it.
Well, let's see how PSG responds. Paredes has slotted back between the 2 center backs.
How good is Kolo Muani being, Phil? 4 goals, 2 assists on the year. Can play in 2 or 3 different positions. Out wide initially, then as a central striker. Heads that ball so well as a typical Knight.
Messi. Mentioned that treatment he had in Madrid before his trip to the World Cup qualifiers for Argentina, and it seems to have worked. It's a injection of his own stem cells into his knee, something that Cristiano Ronaldo had done, Rafa Nadal, and many more. And it does seem to have helped him overcome his knee injury. He's walking at the moment, but he has been sprinting when needed, and he might have to carry PSG across the finish line here.
Yeah, that's a tough task right now, Phil, being men down as well, late stages. Still the core group there, so legs are a little bit tired. Whereas Nantes has made some changes.
Lifted forward, Giroto back, Lafont out to grab it. Talk about having to come back. Remember, in the very opener against promoted Troyes, PSG allowed the first goal and needed to come back. Against Strasbourg, they never trailed, but it was a 3-2 match until the final few minutes. Against Stade Brestois, it was a 3-2 match until Di Maria with an injury time winner. So PSG, especially early on, skating on thin ice. Will they fall through the ice here today?
I'm not saying yes, they will. Is a 1-1 falling through the ice, Phil? I think this will be the hardest.
Well, they've been a perfect 6 at home so far.
Yeah, but there are men down.
In for Wijnaldum. Touches wide for Hakimi. And look at we talked about the attackers that Nantes put in, but the defense scrambling back. Ganagay. We saw him score a goal from near here earlier on. So even he might be the difference. Can't really blame Sergio Rico or even the PSG defense. Colomboani just pulled the goal out of his bag of tricks, but you could sense it was coming. Messi. Messi for Bernat, touched up and over. It will not count as a Messi goal, but it is magical, and nothing Lafont could do. Both goals that Lafont has allowed today have come off deflections, and PSG getting out of jail free again.
And it's Messi's first touch again, the ability to elude people with his head up, trying to find the overlapping Bernat, and you're right. This time a deflection, unfortunately, of a non-defender goes over Lafont. It seems like that's the only way you can beat this young goalkeeper, but it gets, and you just talked about it, Phil, PSG up 2-1 late again with 10 men. Look at the reaction to the sidelines. The cardiac kicks.
And Koumboiré still trying to figure out what happened. Own goal against Dennis Apia after Again, talked about it, a hockey-like deflection in front of the net by Mbappe early. Early and late. Can Nantes find another equalizer? Apia. Dangerous ball. Touched in the middle. And now a push inside, but it's Blas on Wijnaldum. And Blas with the caution.
And actually a great opportunity. I think it's from Moani. Falls perfectly for him, Phil, while players are scrambling in the air to get a piece of that. Look at this here. That's a wasted opportunity by the forward, and then the foul.
Goebbels, I think he realized he couldn't turn it to net, so just trying to keep it alive. The former Monaco phenom had an equalizer at his mercy. Ganagay didn't get enough. Now wide for Bukhari. Chirivella. Hard touch. And Messi pulling away. Good speed from Kolo Muani to try and catch up, but the ball falls for Messi anyway. And finally, the whistle blows.
Amazing. Best game we've seen Messi play. First half, obviously a lot better feel in terms of chance creation and having his own opportunities. But this second half, he's bailed his team out in various ways, drawing fouls, going where it hurts, tick seconds, minutes off that clock. And then with that great through pass that ends up being a deflection, his team is up 2-1.
Well, there's still some danger out there. The insertion of Goebbels and Cyprien. Nantes still has a chance, and for Alban Lafont, just one of those days.
Yeah, the hard done by so far, Phil, but again, give Messi and company some credit. Game in, game out, they've showed resolve. So far, so good again.
5 saves for the 22-year-old netminder. It would be only fitting if Messi's first would come off of a set piece like this from about 30, but he sends it over the crossbar. It was his last brave attempt from distance that Apia tried to deny. And Thomas, you've been in that situation. You can't tell a defender, don't defend.
That's a great point, Phil. Yeah, you can.
Will it hold? Goodness.
Sometimes, Phil, if you make too many changes, I thought this team was really on track, and no need maybe to make those last 2 changes to really go for it at 1-1. A pretty huge gamble, I think, by Nantes.
Mbappe.
And the 3-5-2 early in the second half really worked. Messi, brilliant.
Again, Messi not quite razor sharp, but still ever dangerous.
More dynamic, Phil, quicker, faster, I think, physically and emotionally as well.
Wijnaldum. The old saying, better lucky than good. Imagine how good it is when you're good and lucky.
But going back to my point there with Nantes being a little bit disorganized, when you throw in 5 new players and change tactics, it's sometimes hard to find your correct balance, your chemistry as well, because you're pushing players in different positions.
Well, the other point is that old axiom, the most dangerous time is 2 minutes after a goal. That's also if you've been the team scoring, because your mind can get distracted. Here comes Messi. Hakimi on his flank. Messi! And the wall finally falls. Messi on the scoreboard, and PSG in front by 2.
We just talked about how instrumental he's been without scoring goals, Phil, throughout this game, setting up teammates, getting in good positions, and again, making the right decision right here. The hard run, by the way, by Hakimi is obviously unbelievable. Mbappe, the simple ball to Messi. Hakimi freezes actually the center back Giroto. And then what a brilliant finish, cutting inside, finding the opening through traffic. And it's 3-1. And it's Messi's first goal in Ligue 1. Phil, that was a great point. I mean, it was very hard right there for Giroto to step and get tighter of Messi, knowing if he does that, it's a simple ball to Hakimi, who's in then as well. Give Hakimi some credit. At this stage, still wanting to go there.
Paredes wincing. They still have substitutes if they wish, and why risk it? So Danilo Pereira will come in off the bench and look to try and make sure the dam stands. Good performance by Paredes in the shadows of the Giants.
No doubt, Phil, and he'll be a very important player going forward. I'm thinking right now, Paredes and Verratti, if everybody's healthy, they're 2 of my 3 in midfield. Now you can fill in, Phil, Ganagay, Herrera, and obviously Danilo coming in as well. And that depends on who am I playing. And it's City on Wednesday. Be very interested to see who Pochettino rolls out in that game in terms of midfield and obviously the front 3.
And again, the joker in the deck is when Ramos finally steps in the second half of the season. Do you push Marquinhos into the midfield? So a plethora of riches for Pochettino and 3 points in his pocket.
Correct.
Not done yet, but you can hear the timer ticking.
Let's be real honest, Phil. You can't get you a better situation going into that Christmas break eventually with right now a 13-point lead. So he can also rest players and really pick the important games throughout to get his best 11 on the field. You like to think that's the Champions League and the better teams in Liga.
Well, again, PSG, they don't have a glass jaw, but sometimes they need to get knocked to the canvas before they wake up. And boy, did they. Took a little bit of luck and a whole bunch of skill. Not a bad way. Humbled a bit to go into the Etihad against Manchester City midweek.
Humbling is good, Phil. You and I talked about that. If you win 4 or 5-0 every game, you're trying to still instill certain things if you punch. Now you can say, hey guys, still not good enough, huh? And the players will respond because you said it wasn't good enough at the end of the day.
After that, it is a resurgent to a point Saint-Etienne. And then Nice and Lens in back-to-back. So December is going to be interesting. For Nantes, they'll be taking on Lille, who are playing better but just can't get the wins to go with it. Then Marseille before they face Lorient. Ball back in by Blas, but not sharp enough.
I think the beautiful thing about Ligue 1 right now is, Phil, regardless of standings, teams at home or more so away from home, when we call these PSG games, really come out to play and makes every game thrilling, in my opinion.
Etienne, Bordeaux, and Metz down in the basement. Brest just above. Into the middle for Mbappe. Reaching back is Castelletto. Blocked again. Messi denied.
Did he find a second gear there, Phil? Slow start to the second half, but from that 70th minute on, or when they went down 2-1, he became the guy. Sorry, when they went to 1-1, he really said, okay, with 10 men, I'm going to carry you, which he did.
And the Flares in full force in Paris.
Great atmosphere.
The Ultras celebrating their anniversary. And PSG adding a few candles to the cake for Alban Lafont. 2 unlucky deflections. And then, as so many other keepers have suffered, victimized by Messi's magic. Well, this will knock Nantes down the table a bit should this score hold. down to 11th place, flying out Sergio Rico. And at least for now, PSG has opened up a 13-point gap. Think back. I mean, it sounds huge, but it was only, what, 2 weeks ago that the gap could have been closed to 5. PSG has responded. Ikuti out wide.
Quick stat here, Phil, from whoscored.com. It's taken 19 attempts this season, but Messi finally has his first Ligue 1 goal.
Ikuti, maybe not done yet. He rifled it across, maybe a little more delicate, and it could have been a second. 412 minutes of action. One thing it shows from a Liga perspective is many just thought that the league would bow down at Messi's feet and he'd be scoring goals for fun. It's proven to be a little more difficult than that. And for Koumboire, a cruel return to the Parc des Princes, where he won the title, in fact won a double back in '93 and almost followed it up the next year. But it looks as though he has not safely away from the drop zone, and maybe, just maybe, if they play like they did here in the second half, Europe could be in striking distance. Rico, who was in danger of dropping points in his debut of the season, instead will grab a win here in the second half. And the final whistle blows on the stroke of 94, and the strokes of Lionel Messi calm the waters. PSG
Guay. Fabinho. Pha xử lý rất bình tĩnh của hàng phòng ngự bên phía Liverpool. Họ không việc gì phải quá vội vàng cả. Giờ lùi về đủ quân rồi, thoải mái để đá. Alisson, Thiago, Mane, vừa nãy tôi nói nhầm là hiệp 2 à? Nửa sau của hiệp 1, sorry anh em. Van Dijk. Đây là Thiago. Mane. Những người chủ động hơn vẫn đang là cao thủ Liverpool. Fabinho. Hợp lý. Sadio Mane. Sau đó thì cao thủ Arsenal cũng đã cắt bóng tốt. Người đã có pha cắt bóng vừa rồi đó là Thomas Partey. Ngày hôm nay thì màu áo vàng đang là một màu áo để lại rất nhiều dấu ấn về mặt phong thủy. Chelsea với màu áo vàng đã có được chiến thắng đậm trước cao thủ Leicester. Ở loạt trận lúc 22 giờ, Watford màu áo vàng cũng đã giành chiến thắng trước cao thủ Manchester United. Và bây giờ các fan của pháo thủ cũng đang rất chờ đợi sự phong thủy tới từ màu áo này dành cho họ. Mặc dù Liverpool vẫn đang là những người ép sân, đường vào, đánh đầu, khoảng trống, rất vẫn còn, rồi liên tiếp là những pha dứt điểm của các thủ Liverpool, 2 pha dứt điểm của Mane và một tình huống dứt điểm trước đó tới từ vị trí của Thiago, nhưng vẫn chưa có bàn thắng dành cho các thủ đội chủ nhà. Ramsdale vẫn đang đứng vững với sự chắc chắn của mình. Đã có chút sóng gió được tạo ra, khá vất vả để cản phá, nhưng rồi mọi chuyện vẫn đang được kiểm soát. Ngày hôm nay áo vàng nó vẫn đang có là một cái gì đó nó khá tín, nhưng áo vàng ở loạt trận này đang gặp phải rất nhiều sức ép. Đường vào, đánh đầu. Có phản công dành cho Arsenal hay không? Cắt được bóng rồi. Trọng tài xác định lỗi của các thủ đội chủ nhà. Lacazette đang là người nằm sân. Lacazette cũng là người đổ xuống sân khá nhiều kể từ đầu trận đấu tới giờ. Một lần nữa chúng ta được xem lại cú đá trước đó của Thiago. Tình huống cản phá không quá gọn gàng của Ramsdale, nhưng rồi cuối cùng thì mọi thứ cũng đã được nằm trong tầm kiểm soát. Cú khều sau đó của Mane đã không thể vượt qua được tầm với tới từ vị trí của Ramsdale. Phát bóng lên dành cho các thủ Arsenal, hay chính xác hơn là thực hiện một quả đá phạt. Qua 12 giờ hết phong thủy áo vàng rồi á, thì chúng ta phải đợi thêm thôi. Nói chung là nó vẫn là một cái gì đó để chúng ta, các fan của pháo thủ cũng để lấy thêm một sự tự tin. Dù sao thì ngày hôm nay thì Arsenal vẫn sẽ được đánh giá thấp hơn so với các thủ Liverpool một chút. Mặc dù phong độ họ đang cao, nhưng những con người mà Liverpool đang có nó vẫn khá ổn. Smith Rowe, đường chuyền rất hay, coi! Có vẻ như là đã có lỗi việt vị rồi. Lỗi việt vị có Aubameyang ở pha bóng trước đó. Lacazette cũng đã cảm nhận được điều đó, và anh cũng không quá hào hứng trong việc tung ra cú dứt điểm cuối cùng. Ui, việt vị rõ ràng tới từ vị trí của Aubameyang. Hàng phòng ngự của Liverpool vẫn có những lỗ hổng. Tất nhiên pha bóng vừa rồi họ bẫy việt vị thành công, nhưng họ cần phải cẩn trọng và tập trung hơn.
He gets around into the 18. Kolomowani cleared away Hakimi. He turned fantastic four, maybe phantasmic four, because tends to be rather ghostly. Blas keeps it moving, trying to step in, but Coco taking a little off of it and off target.
Much better go, Phil.
Slide. Neymar into the middle. It's Messi. Will this be it? His right foot denied on a stellar stop by Alban Lafont, who
Steel nose when he first started playing.
We won't mention the aluminum studs. Again into the middle. Lafont. A little bump on the way. Still just 3 shots for PSG. Messi. Mbappe and Lafont with a kick save. Followed. Mbappe with an extra gear. Drives to the 6. Lafont came out, cut the angle, and the pass back to Messi, poked away.
Yeah, again, some great connection, which you haven't seen very often consistently with the front 3. So, what a good start for PSG. You like
picked off in the midfield. Messi holds on, just no one in.
Just a tough ball, Phil. It comes in to not
moment. It's still 1. Mbappe trying to rewrite it. Neymar denied by Lafont, who pops back up. Neymar still down. Shot.
Rồi, nhưng đúng là những trận đấu tâm điểm của vòng đấu thì nên có nhiều.
Living on the end. Norway, it's a shame. Touchback. Another Liga star in the making from Lille. 4v3 if they play it right. Into the middle, a back heel through and touched wide. Now a corner kick here. Looked like Koulibaly might have been off. Mbappe back for Messi, who had been tripped behind the play. Foul again. Chance out wide. Mbappe drive. Verratti back. Messi drags. Shoots. Went the other way, did Verratti, and it all.
I think this one might be the best of the lot.
Nice from Mbappe. In for Neymar.
There's that little flick. And that's absolutely.
Was that shoulder to shoulder? So a lot of people for Lafont to overcome, but you can see that's
a little bit older, mere experience. The position is harder to read. There's the
fagging it forward in a flood of players to the right. Donaghy. Even that.
Oh, both are on side.
And then we can worry about it with VAR. That time around for Mbappe. Spots the trailing run. Times it for Hakimi. Maybe a chance for an equalizer. Off balance.
The second shot. First time that Koulibaly is able to.
Before the final whistle.
Underneath Koulibaly. Look at those 3 guys.
PSG starting things out. Tightrope and yet to fall off. Ball inside for Koulibaly. Into the air, just Gabe. Better not.
Interesting note, too.
Flicked on for Neymar. Side. Blas wants it back. Instead, sent to Koulibaly.
Trying.
Out wide for Messi. In a plane crash. Looking for Hakimi. Playing it squint from the Congo midfielder. Blasted across back post.
Diallo doesn't step with his team.
PSG. A bit fortunate, it's still shut. For Mutusami, kept alive, trying to tuck.
A great start by PSG.
Looking for help. Neymar takes the defense, so he goes. Messi still looking for his first. And he converted. That's the difference today. Neymar for Nantes. Another Ghanaian on loan from Get. Looking to pop the clutch.
Obviously, taking Fabio out and
Ami, the Congolese mid. Dangerous ball inside.
Phil.
Looking for Hakimi, and he's got the wheels. Here's Blas. Has Martin wide. That's the difference in this one. Can he get a second? Messi getting it back. Hakimi. Treatment done on it. Nice ball forward. Navas coming.
Easy call for the referee. And it jumps, makes contact with the chest of Blas. Navas, which is clearly the last defense.
Said the referee, and an ejection on goal.
I'm not so sure, Phil, if he is, yes or no. Care is.
And denied a penalty or a goal-scoring chance.
Great opportunities.
Off the restart, across.
Right there, still playmaking.
4 in the box, in front, point blank.
Here we can see it again. Yeah, I think that comes of the... Yeah, it's twofold, Phil. I think the yellow card just more...
4 in the box, denied on the doorstep. Back!
Marquinhos and Kimpembe, but it has been a struggle throughout. Go out wide. We'll get a better look at that, Phil, but again... Of understanding of your surroundings. What a great leaping ability right there. Over the changes made, Phil, tactically. Changes.
Lifted forward, Giroto back. Messi for Bernat, touched up!
And over Lafont. It seems like that's the only way you can beat this young goalkeeper. You're right.